Hello, my dear Sagittarians. Welcome to your March 2015 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. As always, be sure to check the video for your rising sign as well. That can give you some more information about what may be going down for you in March. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a 30-minute session. Just drop me a line at the email address in this video or below this video if you want to set up an appointment. But now let's jump in to March for Sagittarius and see what is cooking for you guys and gals. Alrighty. Got a lot. Sorry, I thought I lost one there for a second. Okay, let's see where these all want to go. Man, I want to say a lot to you guys this month, which is good. Okay, let's see what the tarot has to add here, Sag. Okay. Focus in March for Sagittarius. Some of you may be having some problems academically. That's the first thing that comes to me here. You may be dealing with a class or a group project that's really you're having problems with. You may feel like it is, there may be a conflict with scheduling. Maybe your job is interfering with class. Maybe you've suddenly, to make more money, you've had to take on more hours and it's interfering with your schooling or vice versa. Maybe there's a lab or something. I'm seeing lab. A lot of you working in a lab and for school, doing a class in a lab and not being able to, get your schedule to work out here, to jive. So I feel like in March, a lot of you maybe just be trying to work that out. And, you may feel like no matter who you talk to, nobody wants, other people may not be proving very helpful for you in March, Sagittarius. I'm sorry to report. You may just feel like, okay, here I have this problem, but nobody's willing to help me. Now, some of you may be dealing with money issues, and you may feel like you may ask your family and they can't help you or won't help you. I do feel like for most of you, though, that they just are financially not able. You may think that they are, but maybe they've recently had an expense, or maybe they've recently helped out one of your siblings, or maybe they've recently helped out someone else in the family, and they just really don't have it. Some of you, I think a lot of you will just feel like you can't approach your family with the problem you're having in March for whatever reason. You may feel like it'll cause more conflict. You may feel like they wouldn't approve of whatever this issue is. Some of you, maybe you decided to quit your job. And now, you're low on money and, you don't want to hear it from your family that, oh, here you decided to quit this job. Well, of course you're out of money and now you want to borrow from us? I don't think so. So, you may be feeling that way, Sagittarius, in March. Like you can't depend on other people or go to other people. Some of you may feel opposed by other people. You may feel like you're the topic of gossip, or that people are talking about you behind your back or blocking you in some way. And we'll go on to see if that's accurate. Because again, I feel like this is just the way you feel or are thinking a situation is, but it may not necessarily be the truth. But with the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse, this could be somebody in your family who is coming to you for money. Again, these energies can always work both ways. This is normally an earth sign person. So this is normally a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And he's presenting as a knight, so this is normally somebody who's pretty young. So probably in his 20s, or maybe just immature. In the reverse, it's somebody who's not the best with money. Okay, they spend their money foolishly, or they make foolish choices when it comes to money. So, I mean, this could, Sagittarians, and it's up to you. If it is you, just definitely, you know, be able to admit it to yourself. Maybe you've blown money on something in March that is not wise. Now that you're watching this video, forewarned is forearmed. No big ticket items if you can't afford it in March. So definitely, especially not cars. They showed me a car. If you don't have the money, March is not the month. And definitely make sure you've budgeted and figured out how much you can spend each month, because you're not going to get any help from anybody else on the payments. I do see a new opportunity coming in for you, though, with the Ace of Rods. Sagittarius. Now, also this could be a health issue, and some of you may be concerned about your mom or a mother-in-law, a mother figure, older female figure in your family. It could be a health concern that that you hear about, and you know, I feel like there will be a way forward with this, with the Ace of Rods, and also with Uruz, which is the rune of recovery and good health. So I do feel like there's a way to get this back on track, whether it's your health that you're concerned about, or you know, a female member of the family, or an older member of the family. There does seem to be a solution, and for most of you, it does seem like this person will recover. You know, a new action needs to be taken, though, and it may just be that somebody has put off telling people for too long that something was wrong, or you know, they've kept it to themselves and kind of under wraps, and it comes out in March that someone has been dealing with a health issue but hasn't maybe sought the right treatment. Or sometimes the treatment is worse than, you know, whatever the health issue is going on. I feel like, you know, if you have someone in your family, or if you are dealing with that sort of a situation, there's a new way forward. Now, some of you may be reconnecting with someone that you haven't spoken to in a long time. You may be healing an emotional relationship in March, Sagittarius. The Ace of Rods can also be kind of like the symbolic offering of the olive branch. And for a lot of you, I do feel like this will be you. Maybe you've been separated or distant from someone recently. You know, maybe this is an ex you want to get back together with. You know, and this could be them offering an olive branch to you. It's somebody trying to reconnect with you. And with this rune here, this is somebody who is very positive for you, Sagittarius. This is someone you need in your life. It's someone who's supposed to be in your life, who is a protective influence on you, and who will always be there for you even when others aren't. So yeah, there's a chance to heal a relationship or a breach in March, Sag. And some of you may be severing ties with one person or group of people, so you can move on to another person or another group of people. You could be leaving a job, is the way this works out, or you know, because again, maybe you quit your job and then you go to work with you know, a new company. Don't be too worried if you did kind of up and quit your job in February or something. It does seem like there's a new opportunity coming in that you can act on pretty quickly. I don't know that you'll need this financial help from others. So if you don't get it, you know, I wouldn't be too stressed about it. It does seem like there's a new opportunity coming in for you, and it may be more creative than the job you were at previously. So, you know, you may have just, you know, had the straw that broke the camel's back at work in February, Sag, and you're moving on to brighter, greener vistas. But yeah, so there's either an improvement here, just, you know, it may take a little time. There may be a bit of a delay at the beginning of March, but I do think a new opportunity is going to show up in March for those of you who are looking for that. Those of you who are single, I mean, it could be that you meet someone new in March. There could be, and it could be on the job or working on a creative project or doing something you really enjoy, taking action to move something creative forward. Because there's a new influence coming in. It's like you're leaving behind an old influence, but moving into a new one simultaneously. So maybe some of you are still sort of in a relationship, but you meet someone new and you're like, oh, I really want to be in the relationship with that person, not this person. So Sag, just be careful that you're treating everyone fairly. Do keep in mind the laws of karma when it comes to relationships in March, because yeah, you may be trying to move away from one situation into a new one at the same time. And those can be some treacherous waters. So just be careful, Sag. Help that's going to be available to you with the Eight of Pentacles. I do think there may be a period of waiting to move forward with your financial goals, but I think you're going to get some good advice on this. Do try to be patient. I know that's not the easiest thing for fire signs, but it's going to be to your benefit to wait for the right thing to come along. Even if though you may feel like, oh my God, I have to take the first thing that comes along because I don't have any money coming in, and my family can't help me. But I do think that you are going to be going on interviews in March, those of you looking, because we have Ansus, which is the rune that definitely symbolizes the job interview. It could be also on the job training. A lot of you may, in March, you may accept this new position and there is like a training period. You're going to learn a lot. It may be a bit of a crash course. That can be overwhelming, but that's, you're going to do fine. Just let it play out. Don't feel intimidated. Don't be intimidated. Some of you, it may be a training period and you're like, oh my God, I already know how to do this. I did this at my last job. This is so boring. I know all of this. But it may just be one of those things that you have to go through. For some of you, this can be kind of like a 90-day, trial period, where you start a new job and you're on a lower pay grade until you complete the 90-day period or training period, and then you advance to a higher salary. So that may be how this works out for you. But those of you who need to consult with financial institutions or a financial advisor in March to find a way forward, that may be where you go. Instead of to family, it looks like maybe this could be getting a loan. It's definitely going to someone for advice regarding money and finances, or to get help with that, or to, interview for a new job. So March, definitely keep pounding the pavement or searching online. However, we don't pound the pavement anymore, do we? We click. We pound the mouse. We're looking for a job. Pound the mouse in March, Sagittarius, if you're looking for a new position. I do feel like that is going to be, good for you. Now, if this is an academic thing, as came up first, if you're having a class you're really just not getting, or there's an interference with that in your schedule, I do feel like you will find a way to move forward. You may have to drop that class and retake it again at a later time, but the important thing for you in March is money, Sagittarius. So I do feel like that should be your priority. Not that, school is not important, but, you do have to be able to afford putting a roof over your head and eating, especially if it's a class you can retake at a later time. So just keep that in mind. What can't be changed here about March? Some of you, you may be ready to leave a situation, this job, this relationship, but you can't quite do it yet. You're ready, but you just, the stars aren't aligned yet, or you just don't feel it's quite the right time. You can't quite leave something behind yet in March, Sag, with the Eight of Cups reversed, and that's okay. I'm getting the indication that you shouldn't be overeager to move ahead, but I do feel like, if you're stuck in a job that you hate, or stuck in a class that you really hate, or it's just not your subject, you may be tempted to drop it. If it's gonna, just remember, especially if it's a class, you'll have to retake all of that again. If you're so close and you're gonna at least pass, probably want to go ahead and finish. Yeah, I feel like most of you, whatever this situation is you want to leave in March, you may be working out the stratagem. You may be figuring it out. And you may definitely have a new job. You may definitely have a new opportunity, a new relationship, but you can't quite move forward on this yet. You can't quite close the door on the current situation yet, but you soon will be able to. That's okay though. This rune is saying don't be over eager to move ahead. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But going too fast could damage the outcome. So I feel like you're just disappointed in the way some things turned out, some of you, Sagittarius. You may be disappointed in another person. Disappointed that something is not what you initially thought it was. Maybe your expectations were higher and someone or something just didn't live up to it. And, you know, that's unfortunate, but we all encounter that in life. And I do feel like you're poised on the brink of a big change here, Sag. And if it's not quite time in March, maybe it's going to be time, you know, in April and May for you to do that. So, but yeah, I have a lot of movement runes. Some of you may be moving out. If you are living with someone, you may be moving out in March or figuring out how you're going to do that. Maybe that's tied with the money and you're trying to figure out how you're going to be able to live on your own, where you're going to live. Can you live with your family? Nope, sorry. Or can you live with a roommate? You know, what can I do? How can I get out of this situation? Because I feel like money is just a real issue in Sagittarius March. That's what I was getting ready to say. In March, Sagittarius, money is the issue, lack of money. And I don't feel that you know, all of you are going to be out of work or lose your job or anything like that. It's just like what you're trying to do or what you want to do is you don't have the funds for that. So, I mean, and that could be living on your own after living with a partner. You know, you're going to now share the full financial burden instead of having it 50-50. So that is a big adjustment. But with the Six of Rods in reverse, you may feel like this is going to require, you know, you feel like you are admitting failure in some way. And you don't like that. Maybe it's a pride thing. You don't want to admit that you failed. Well, you know, just because something didn't work out or wasn't the right path for you doesn't mean you failed. That actually means you learned that that was not the right relationship for you. That was not the right job for you. Kudos to you for learning that, because a lot of people go around in the same circles their whole life and never change anything. They just keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again. So, but no, what I see here, Sagittarius, is that most of you have realized, you know, this is not the job for me. This is not the career path for me. This is not the relationship for me. And I need to change my course. I need to change my course. What I'm getting with Kina's reversed here, Sag, is that you've done all you're supposed to do with that situation or that person. Your time is done. And it is time for you to shift and change and move on to something that's going to be more soul satisfying to you, whether that is a different job or a different relationship or a different course of study or, you know, whatever this may be. There are people that will help you, but you will need to rectify certain situations. You know, you know, maybe you've borrowed money before from your family and never paid it back. Maybe that's the problem. You know, I feel like though, if you can admit, you know, I really need help getting out of this situation, and I promise I'll pay you back, and I promise, you know, I feel like if you can just really talk to someone or a group of people honestly, they'll be more than willing to help you transition or make this shift, help you find a place to live, help you find a new job. And I really do need to I really do think you kind of need all hands on deck for whatever this change is here, Scorpio. I'm just all over the place today. I recorded Scorpio right before your Sag. Sorry about that. I know you're not Scorpions. You're right there next to him, but I know you're not Scorpions. You're Sag. But yeah, for money, it may be a bit of a tumultuous month in March, Sagittarius, but it's really just a matter of getting your ducks in a row. There's going to be something new that pops up in March, but you may not see the results from it until April or May. whatever this transition is, good luck. I do feel like this is the right way to go. You're leaving behind a situation that just was not working. So, and again, don't see it as a failure. It's not. Life's lessons are not failures. They're actually achievements. So flip the script. Flip the way you're looking at this, whatever this is, okay? Good luck with that, Sag, and I'll see you back here in April.